Hey, and welcome back to Right Hand Drive, guys. I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
Yo.
And today we figure we'd do something a little bit different than our kind of normal podcast. So we figured we'd run through Marketplace, do a Marketplace sweep,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, and just kind of, find cars that maybe we would like that are for sale on Marketplace throughout the United States and just kind of give a little brief overview about them, maybe what we think about the car and the price and, maybe you'll hear something you like.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. You start up. Let's see. What can we
All
find?
right.
We're kind of just going to cruise through
Let's
here
see.
and just,
So I'm currently searching in like the Northeast, just because that's just what pops up when I open it. Searching right-hand drive car. First thing that pops up is a 1994 Nissan Homie limousine.
the homie limousine.
The Homie limousine, dude.
What's the price on it?
$98.50, dropped from $12K. So it's one of those sub $10,000 right-hand
Below
drive cars you
10K.
can get into, which I don't know. I think Marketplace shoves these things to me, like, because
Oh, yeah.
it knows I'm looking for a deal, right?
Yeah.
So like anything under 10K in right-hand drive, I feel like it just like direct feeds straight to me for some reason. I'm like, leave me alone, dude. I don't need to spend this money. I know this is kind of cool, but like, I don't need it, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's a limousine. How many does it look like it seats?
So I mean, it's kind of like a big, like, it's similar to like a Hi-Ace.
Yeah.
So it's like a bigger van. Probably dude, they probably cram 8 people in there at least.
Wow.
8 to 10.
How many miles?
It says 105,000 miles.
105,000.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't think I've ever really heard of one of these, but like looking at it, it looks like the typical run of the mill, mid 90s Japanese van.
Like,
You know?
okay, yeah.
So,
So I'm looking in Florida, in the Florida region.
yeah.
And so I'm looking on my computer, and the first thing that my search term is just RHD.
Yeah.
And
It's a decent one.
yeah, I mean, mostly good stuff pops up. So I found a 96 Evo 4. So
Decent.
with 88,000 miles, it says, and it's 20,000 drop down from 23.
Yeah.
I'm not super in tune with the Evo market, but 20K seems maybe a little high.
I mean, I think it's pretty mint.
Really?
Like if you compare it to the same like turbo Japanese cars from that same era, like
Right,
sports
true.
cars,
Yeah.
that's about run of the mill for the turbo model, right?
Sure, yeah. I guess it is like your GTSTs and
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah,
It's got the iconic fog lights.
yeah. They actually have the good fog lights on that one. So yeah, I mean, again, this is down in Florida. What can you find? What's next up for
All
you?
right. Next up for me. Let's see here. Yeah, here's a perfect one right here. If you listen to our K-Car episode, talked about the Honda Beat a lot.
The Honda Beat.
Here's one right here, textbook Honda Beat. It's yellow, convertible top, got the zebra interior. It says it has 115,000 miles on it. One thing I don't know on Marketplace is like how often people actually convert the mileage or
Yeah.
if they just put the kilometers. So I'm always weary whenever I read the mileage to actually go and do a little bit more investigating if I'm looking to buy it. But this one seems pretty nice for $5,000. Like,
Yeah,
it's a cool little sports car.
and it's like clean.
It's a little ripper, yeah. It's
Yeah.
clean. Like there's no crazy body damage. There's no rust, no rot.
And that was where?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So if you're in the lower New England area and you're looking for a Beat, there's one down in Rhode Island.
Not
for
beat.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one down there though. So I'm still down in the Florida region. Down in Tampa, there's a 97 S14 right-hand drive, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's black, and it's pretty decent. They don't list the mileage, but it was only listed 21 hours ago, and they're asking 16,995. Yeah, which is
That's
pretty
kind of a
good
deal.
deal.
What's wrong
Yeah.
with it? Is what I'm asking.
They don't list anything being wrong with the car, of course.
Yeah.
But it is kind of, beat up a little bit, so
Yeah.
to speak. I don't know if it was a drift car or not, but
It's probably, and it's kitted and
Yeah,
it's got
there's-
fitted wheels and all that. So
I'm not sure really what lies underneath all that, but yeah, down in Tampa, there's a pretty cheap S14.
yeah, if you're down in that area, I would definitely start searching for this thing
Yeah,
because it's a very good deal. It's $17,000, dude.
yeah.
The title is 97 Nissan Silvia right-hand drive turbo.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Look it
Someone
up,
go
grab
cop
it.
that.
Yeah. So what do you got? What's next?
All right, let me see here. Got a Nissan President.
The President.
Yeah, it's throwing me a lot of cars that aren't like super popular that we've obviously covered
Yeah.
on here before. But the Nissan President's sick. It's the big body. We saw a lot of them as cabs over in Japan,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I feel like these cars kind of I don't know, cater to the passenger rather than the driver.
The driver. Yeah.
So they're big plush sedans.
Yeah.
But it says it has 49,000 miles, automatic transmission, original toolkit, spotless, clean title in hand, 12,000 firm.
Wow.
Not a bad deal.
Where was that?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. How long ago was that listed?
Believe it said over a week ago.
Over a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Marketplace
some you
kind
never
of
know.
sucks on that part,
Yeah.
right? Because like it's
can't-
either just posted
Yeah.
or over a week ago.
Right. It can't tell me over 2 weeks ago or over 6
Right.
weeks.
It can't even give you a date. Like
yeah.
there are some tricks where you can go in and kind of like if there's comments on it, you can go and see when the
How many
comments were
weeks?
made.
Yeah, yeah.
How many weeks ago were made? But like other than that, I don't know how to find when these things were posted.
Yeah, no, I agree. They should be a little more transparent on that.
Yeah. So yeah, the President. That's a pretty cool car.
So I'm continuing my search down in the Florida area, and I just found another S14 Silvia, a 96.
Yeah.
And this one's gorgeous. It looks like pretty much our Project S14.
Yeah.
It's got the wide body, everything like that.
It's a Q's.
Yeah, it's a Q's. So it is 2 years newer than our project. But compared to the last one, it is a year older, but it's double the price. It's almost 30 grand.
I wonder if they've turboed it or if it's still in A.
I would assume I guess there's no intercooler.
Yeah.
So
Unless they
that's-
still have the side mount, but that's not likely.
Yeah, that's interesting. So that'd be something to find out. And I mean, if you're in the market for a really clean S14, I mean, this is really clean.
Right.
Depending on if the whole setup under the hood is what you're looking for.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, for an NA,
That's pretty high.
28,
Yeah.
you might be smoking a little bit of crack.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, down in Orlando, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, but who knows what else this guy has done to it in order to really justify that price. There'd have to be some inspection.
it does look
involved.
nice. You know,
Yeah.
it's kitted. It's got a nice set of wheels on it.
Yeah,
it's,
it does
it's all
have the
one
wide
color.
body. Yeah.
It's wide body, so I mean, it has all that going for it. It might just be missing that swap, but I don't know. I think that they're about $10,000 off on their price if that's an NA.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah, listed a day ago in Orlando if you're interested in it.
Decent.
What you find?
So let me see. All right, here's one that popped up. Oh, I saw this one last week in some of the groups. It's a 1990 Skyline. It is a GTST. He's got a laundry list here of mods. It's got Origin kit, GTR fiberglass hood, GK Tech front and rear suspension. It's pretty much identical as far as mods go to my car, which is kind of crazy. It's even got the same Chinese turbo. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a nice car. He's asking $32K for it, which
32. Oof.
that's a little high.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I posted my car up for whatever, 30K up a few months ago, but I was kind of just like, I was wanting an R34.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this is the only way I'll get it. Didn't really want it that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this guy's pretty serious at 32K. And
He's pretty serious.
I
for
don't
sure.
know, man. I mean, it's a nice car. It's well put together. It's got BBS RSs on it. It's a sedan, which love it or hate it. But yeah, I think he's a little off on the price. I think I actually saw this guy getting some laugh reacts in the groups whenever
Yeah.
he posted it. But
That'll happen.
it's a nice car. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely a nice car. It's just maybe a little bit on the high end of the price.
Where was it located?
That is in Burlington, Vermont.
Burlington. How many weeks ago? How long ago was that?
It's said over a week ago,
Yeah.
but like I said, I remember him posting it in the groups. So
Yeah. So still down in Florida, down in Miami, I found a 92 R32 GTR, and it says it's got
nice.
25,000 miles. I don't know if that's kilometers or miles, like you said.
yeah.
And it was listed over a week ago down there, but this thing was super clean, super clean, very few mods, mostly all stock.
Yeah.
Like really seems well maintained.
Yeah. The typical R32 gray.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's in the gray, but he is asking 61 for it. And I mean, I'm not saying he won't get 61, but that is on the higher end
Yeah.
of like a stock R32.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a good example, low
Yeah,
mileage,
for
like
sure. I mean, if it's 25,000 miles, that's what 38 or 40,000
Something around
kilometers.
there,
Yeah. So I'd be interested to see, if that's like verified mileage and like all the documentation. But
right.
yeah, so I mean, I could see it going for 61 if he's like coming correct as a seller with it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that looks like a very nice example.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a super clean one down in Miami, there's a 92 GTR for you.
Miami. All right, let me do some looking real quick. Here we go. Here is a Honda Today IRZ. Guy is asking $20K for
Holy
it,
moly.
which is a little bit on the high end, I think, for one of these cars because the Today isn't. I don't think it's classified as a K car, but it's pretty much like the size of a Civic, and it's an '88. So like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
old.
You can picture an '88 Honda hatchback.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not much to it, right?
yeah, I mean, I would want a 88 CRX glass top, like, sure, maybe for that style price.
Right,
but, like,
right. But the Honda Today RIZ, I don't know. It's
R.I.P.
right. That's what I'm saying. It is a 5-speed, which is cool. Zero rust, zero problems. Original right-hand drive, like duh, because like I don't think we ever had those in the States.
Aftermarket right-hand drive.
Yeah, I guess, or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. It says it's turnkey and will go travel the world. So I think it's cool, but for $20K,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
you
mean,
could invest your money other places.
it does have a set of Ronald Teddies on it.
Oh, wow, it has the teddy bear wheels?
Yes, dude. So I mean,
That's where the price is
Yeah.
coming from? That's literally $8,000 of that price.
100%,
Oh
dude.
my
is
gosh,
the
dude. Those
and-
are cool wheels. If you've never seen them, if you're watching on YouTube, we're showing you a picture, but
yeah
if you've never seen them, just Google them.
Yeah.
What is it?
the Ronald RONAL Teddies.
Yeah,
Like,
Ronald
they'll pop
Teddy's,
right up.
baby.
I remember seeing these wheels back in the day in I don't know, whatever random car magazine my dad would buy. Like they had the whole wheel,
Yeah.
the wheel catalog.
Do they have Gingerbread Man too?
All I remember is the Teddies because
Yeah.
it was always the first one in like the top left corner, and it was like the most unique because it's a freaking
Right, a
teddy bear wheel.
bear.
But
Um,
pretty cool.
so still down in Florida, this is the last one I did in this area. I found a 93 FD that is supposedly driven 44,000 miles, so that's like 60,000 kilometers.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It was listed over a week ago, like I said, down in Kissimmee. It's a nice maroon. It looks like they've polished it up, give it a nice polish.
Yeah.
It's-
Freshly polished.
It is all stock, completely stock. Your standard FD, but
Right.
the pricing was at 30,000, which I don't know. That it's hard because these vary in pricing.
Yeah.
Like in my search after this, I didn't keep it, but there was one for 40, there was one for 35, and there's one for 45.
Yeah.
And then there's one here for 30 that only
Right.
has been driven 44,000 miles. I don't
Right.
know if they're verified or not.
I don't know. FDs are such a weird market.
Yeah, I know.
I feel
That's
like-
what I mean, like you got a spread of
Like back in the day, I feel like you could get them for way cheaper, but now I think this is the bottom line as
So
far as price goes,
30,000,
like
yeah.
30K.
yeah.
And if you're spending anything less than that, you're probably getting some garbage.
Yeah, that's true.
Blown Apex
Or
seals.
somebody's desperate. But
right.
so yeah, $30,000 down there in Florida. If you're looking for an FD, it might be worth checking out.
Yeah, it's decent.
Uh,
All right. So next up on my list, let's see. We got a 92 Mitsubishi GTO, which in the States we had those as 3000 GTs. Let's see. Get to the description here. So yeah, he's asking 40K for this thing, which is, I don't know, kind of seems like a lot. It's a 92 Mitsubishi GTO, twin turbo, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steer, right-hand drive. Number 75 of 86, special version. Here we go. I hate it when people do this stuff. 1 of 76 in the H89 coarse gray paint code. And like, come on. Like, you don't have to break down your VIN and say you got this super rare car just because the seats are a color and I don't know. I just don't buy
Yeah.
into that stuff. People
I
love
hear you.
doing it. I think it's super cool for you, but like,
It's not your thing.
come on. But yeah, he's asking 40K for it. And I think that's probably because it's so rare, because it's 1 of 76.
Yeah. But like that's super niche. Like you got to find that person that's looking for that in
Yeah.
order to pay that. So you got to have patience if you're that guy.
Yeah, and if you're in the Northeast, like I feel like we're kind of closed off
Yeah.
as far as like, I don't know, having a lot of buyers come
yeah.
through, right?
Oh, for sure. Nobody wants to come up to the northern tip of Maine to
yeah, yeah.
buy a special. Yeah, no, don't
Yeah.
make sense.
But I mean, it's a clean car though. I will give him that. It's a clean car. but-
and where exactly was it?
He had it listed in Rhode Island, but says it's in Maine in storage.
Interesting. How long ago was that?
Over a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I changed my search over to Texas just to see what was up, and I found another Honda Beat, and this one says it was driven 87,000 miles.
Decent.
It's a kind of standard silver color, and it was listed 23 hours ago in Dallas. So this is another great like example
Yeah.
of a Beat, and I'm sure there's a few, little things about it, but for $5,000, you got yourself a fun little, 2-seater, like you said, a little ripper to just go do your thing.
Yeah,
And
not bad at all.
It's going to be efficient. So if you're looking for a Beat, search down in Dallas.
100%. Yeah, I mean, Beats are, I don't know, you can find those for a decent deal.
Yeah, I know. I'm really
Especially
starting
for-
to see. I'm like, dang, all right. Like, what the heck?
I don't know, man. I think we can fit one in here somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. I'm
It's
sure
small
we
enough,
could,
right?
Yeah. So what do you got?
Let me see here. All right, so this is listed as a 1988 Nissan Stanza. It's not a Stanza. It's actually an 88 Skyline GT. It's in Meriden, Connecticut.
Yeah.
He's asking $9,500 for it.
Sub 10K.
Sub 10K, and it's technically a Skyline
Yeah.
and turbo. Has the RB20 ET. It's 5-speed. Has the Hayashi street wheels, HKS exhaust, some lowering springs. It's a 4-door. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Let's see. He imported the car himself, so he's the first owner in the States. That's always a good thing. So, yeah, he says like the real issues with the car are cosmetic, which very common on older, especially the 80s Japanese cars. The plastics and all that just destroy themselves over time.
Yeah, degrade.
And
right?
they you can't find them anymore. There's no junkyards over here for them.
Right.
So that's always something I always look for, is like trying to find the stuff to repair the broken things, and that can be very difficult at times, and that can be why some of these cars are so cheap.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're gonna have a real hard time getting it back to where you want it.
Right.
So I found over in Argyle, Texas, that was listed over a week ago, a 96 ITR.
Nice.
And it says it has 141,000 miles. It has like a spoon hood, Buddy Club wheels, a few other things, tasteful mods. But
Decent.
he's asking, he originally was asking $50,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's tough. So he dropped it $13,000 down to $37,000. I think he's still $10,000 too high.
Yeah, I mean, for a 96, that's still
four lug.
That's
yeah.
four lug. I mean, it's still a Type R.
Yeah.
Still very cool, but
Yeah.
37, that's a premium.
That's
like
hefty, dude. Yeah.
Like, is it spoon approved?
Right.
Does it
Yeah.
got
I
the
don't know.
badge?
Is it certified?
Like,
Yeah. Spoon approved. Yeah.
Like, what's going on with that to justify that price?
Yeah.
Other than
Don't buy this car.
Yeah, no.
Just don't buy this car. All right. What you got?
All right. So back to a little K car. We got a 1990 Suzuki Alto Works for $8,400, and it is in New Jersey. It's a right-hand drive Alto Works IE Turbo, very unique, imported from Japan. Was used as a daily driver. Pretty cool. It's a 3-cylinder with new upgraded turbo. Tons of replacement parts come with the car. Multiple sets of wheels and tires. Very fun to drive. Affordable way to get into a JDM car. That's a head turner.
It's a head turner.
So yeah, I mean, I think he's right, and I think his price, probably about where it is, because those Alto Works are, I don't know, like the higher end model, I guess you could say.
Sure.
They
yeah.
have a little hood scoop and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just like the sportier model.
Yeah.
but-
So maybe.
But it is a Suzuki, so I know how you.
That's not where I'm investing my money.
Yeah.
So where was that at?
That was in. It was in Raritan, New Jersey.
Yep. So, but how long ago was it listed?
How long ago? Definitely over a week ago.
Yeah. So I down in Texas, I found a Honda Civic EG6, and so this thing has like the backyard special spoiler. It's got
Nice.
Jay's Racing exhaust, a few other like tasteful mods. Definitely, it's a clean car.
Yeah.
And you don't see these come up as often because
Yeah, the
they've
EGs, you
mostly
don't.
been like stored away. People are holding them.
Right.
So this is it doesn't tell me when it was listed, but this is $20,000.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's where these would be at? I mean, you don't ever really see them to compare it.
Right. I mean, I think so. Like, especially if it's one of the higher end models with like the, what is it? Like the Gathers.
Yeah,
Audio,
like
and-
it's
and-
probably an SIR by the looks.
Right. And it had like the rear seats and everything were completely different on them.
Yeah.
Like the way they folded in and everything.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Right. If it had some of those like rare type options, I could see it going for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, me too, especially for a guy that just has really wanted a clean EG6 and maybe he's going to take it,
Right.
do his thing. I could see that. I think we got time for one more. What do you got?
All right, one more. Let me see if I can get a good one here. Yeah, here's one. Sure, let's go for it. 2000 Nissan R34. This thing is definitely a drift car. It's caged up. It's got full livery on it, full kit. He's asking $60,000 for this thing, and it's been smashed on every corner.
Dang.
Still to this day.
He knows what he's got.
Yeah, I know what I got, bro. So it's definitely a drift car. He said he's had it for 4 years. He doesn't mind keeping it. Just trying to
doesn't
sell
mind.
it to move to a different platform.
Wow.
Which is kind of a weird thing to say.
I don't
It's like-
mind keeping it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no shit, with a price tag like that, $60K for a car that's been smashed up on every corner. Like, yeah, granted it's caged and it's got like, all the suspension part. It's a drift car. It comes with spares, has, a decent engine setup, but pretty sure I saw this car at Final Bout last couple weeks ago.
Nice.
And it got smashed up there.
Yeah, no doubt. So he threw it on there for $60K.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like
this. I mean, maybe it's for you. I highly doubt it. It's not for me. That's for sure.
Not for that price
Yeah.
tag. Holy cow, dude! For $60K, I would expect
no panels
that car
being smashed.
not broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you
That's
could
a heavy ask.
make your own R34 drift car for much cheaper, probably.
100%. You could get a shell, or not a shell, but you could get a GT for $20K, put 40 into it,
and it'd be nasty.
and it would be clean
Yeah.
and not smashed.
So this was our marketplace sweep. So we're gonna try to do these monthly, I think. So this would be obviously October's version, and just kind of see what's still on there, what new has gotten put on there, and maybe you'll find your next car off of one of these lists that we put out there.
Yeah. Or if you see something that you think's cool, send it over to us. We'll check it right out.
Send it our way, and we'll make sure we'll include it in. Maybe give you a little shout out. But for this episode, I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
See ya.
Peace.